Hello, Alan. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks, Paul. Very
I've
good.
got to say, Alan, compared to a few years ago, whenever we first met on that service accommodation masterclass, you've actually defied the aging process. You're looking younger than when I met you a couple of. You are seriously looking younger than when I met you a couple of years. You're looking more
Yeah,
relaxed.
yeah, I am definitely far more relaxed. I'm just not as stressed as I was then, and I have more free time.
Yeah, perfect.
And
Well, when we first met on that very first course, um, what was your sort of normal working day looking like? What were you physically doing when we first met?
I had a cleaning business, and most sort of 90% of what we did, we were cleaning holiday homes
Hmm.
in mid Wales.
Hmm.
So I was out with the rest of the team, doing the cleans on a daily basis, and then after that, when I got home, I was then doing the office side of it up until sort of 8, 9 o'clock at night,
Hmm.
and it was just never ending
So,
work, really.
so what were you doing? Like 15-hour days, 6, 7 days a week? Was that pretty much your
Yeah,
life?
yeah, pretty much. And it was because it was, even if we got a chance to go out as a family at the weekend, my phone just never stopped ringing over
Yeah.
issues that came up, really.
Well, I can remember talking to you because you were there on the service accommodation masterclass. And one of the main issues with service accommodation that needs to be really nailed down really well is the whole housekeeping side of it. So it's not
Yeah,
just cleaning, is it? I mean, you know better than me, but it's all the linen and all the guest supplies and everything else.
that's
But you
right.
weren't you weren't even doing just that. You were helping those holiday property owners. You were helping them with bookings and with guests and with admin, and you were doing all sorts of stuff, weren't you?
Yeah, we were doing so much stuff that we weren't actually getting paid for, really. Um, there was because, like I
Yeah.
say, the detail involved in just one SA unit it can be massive,
Yeah.
especially if things don't go to plan. Then it's yeah,
Oh, tell me about it. So a guest is supposed to check out, they check out late, or somebody arrives early, or for goodness sake, or can I stay an extra week? Or
that's it.
there's always something. So I come primary school and in Yorkshire, so I can be quite blunt. So this is Yorkshire blunt. What did I tell you? After I'd kind of understood what you were doing, what what advice did I give you? What did I say to you?
Um, you basically said that I need to bring somebody else into business and
Mm.
not do it all myself,
Mm-hmm.
because I was going to see myself in an early grave carrying on the way I was.
Yeah.
Um, so that's what I did.
Well,
I went away and
from
I
my
looked.
memory,
Yeah, you go.
my memory, I said two things. I said, thing number one, a business, I normally say this, is a profitable commercial enterprise that works without you. You didn't have a business, you had a job. So
Yes, you're absolutely right. Yeah, yeah,
the second thing I said was, for Christ's sake, you're managing these properties as SA, but you're only getting paid to clean them. What are you doing? So, and you're in an environment. I remember saying to you that, if you put your mind to it, how many of these properties, because you're in a holiday let area in Wales,
yeah.
and you knew a load of holiday let owners, how many properties could you have managed if you'd have wanted to? And how many you could have actually got paid proper money instead of like an hourly wage?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Because we were cleaning about 50 50 odd properties.
I remember you
Um,
said that. The number that's sticking in my head is 50. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And well, obviously, not just cleaning them, manage them as well. We had to deal with some of the guests.
Tell you what, I wish I'd have known you under different circumstances. I'd have given you all my properties to manage for nothing. I probably would have killed you if I gave you my lot as well. So, I mean, looking back, it's quite funny, but I just want to try and get into your head a little bit, not for your sake, because you're out the other side, but there's a lot of people in small businesses where they're so worried about paying the wages, about doing this, but they almost like sell their soul for £10 an hour.
Yeah, I think what it is when it's you become so attached and um, so tightly engaged in your own business
Hmm.
that it becomes difficult to let anybody else take a part of it even
Hmm.
and deal with it, because you've become, the more you run with it yourself, um, the less you can just let parts of it go. You don't have that trust in anybody else. You don't think anybody else can do it as good as you can do it. But when you're trying to spin all those plates at the same time, you're not maximizing your own strengths.
Well, I don't know everything. I'm not the cleverest guy in the world. I'm old enough that I'd met some people like you before, and you were going to put yourself in an early grave. I could just see it. And I didn't want that for you, because, you're a nice guy. You're a lovely couple. We'll come to Geraldine in a second. But so if that was your life, like stupid, busy, ridiculous hour days, ridiculous number of days per week, you said just now that you're more relaxed, you've got more spare time. So what does your day look like now? What does your portfolio look like now?
So today I still have a cleaning business. I never go out and do any cleans anymore. All the communication for the cleans is dealt with our virtual assistant. If there's any issues that arise at those properties, again, it goes through the virtual assistant first.
Yeah.
So I don't take any calls. The only calls I take now are from the virtual assistant or her and her team, basically.
Virtual high five there. Well done.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, that in itself was that took so much stress away from me, really.
And so I know you know this, Alan, but for anyone that doesn't know what a VA is, it's a virtual assistant. So they're not virtual as in the sense they're a robot or something. They're a real person. It's just they're not in the UK. So where's your VA based?
Yorkshire.
Okay.
Yes.
That's relatively unusual. So you've got a UK based VA. So, but good choice of county. So, so the VAs, everybody, this is new. So it's generally Philippines, India, Eastern Europe, or Yorkshire. So that fourth one is a bit new to me, but whatever. So you've got someone they're on the payroll, but they're not physically with you. So virtual just means.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
So you've got someone doing all the admin.
Yeah.
And you've got a cleaning business, but it's actually a business now because you're not working in it.
That's right. Yeah.
What other streams of income have you got?
We just prior to COVID, we'd been contacted from our local council to ask, could we offer a cleaning service come home support business to some elderly people who were coming out of hospital. Yeah. We took that on, and that probably gives us a better income stream than the actual cleaning business now. Wow. And it's far more regular and less seasonal. So that is a huge sort of income stream in itself.
Fantastic. But you don't seem too stressed about that. Have you got somebody else managing that for you?
I have, yeah. I brought somebody else in to manage that.
You've learned how to do this.
Yes. Oh, that works. I'll do that again.
Yes. Tick. Do repeat. So okay. And how about the SA side of things? Have you still got any service departments?
So we've still got. We still manage service departments for some of the people who we also offer a cleaning service for as well.
What kind of rate do you charge them, Alan, as a management fee?
We charge them 15%.
So you're getting a 15% management fee. So that's 15% of the gross take. So yes. If an apartment took £3,000, you would charge £450 for the month.
That's right. Yeah.
And so, for the sake of anyone that doesn't really understand how serviced management service department works, what do you reckon your monthly take is from those service departments for managing them for other people?
For manage them, it varies a little bit because of where we are. It's a little bit seasonal, but I think over the past, August we made about 4,500. September was about 3,800. Okay. October, we're probably looking at about 2.5 as the season tails off a bit.
Yeah. So for many people, that would be life-changing income on its own, wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
As your third or fourth income stream, that's not too shabby, as they say around about these.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Okay, and if we talk a little bit about Geraldine, because we haven't really mentioned her at all so far. So Geraldine, you described her previously to me as being like responsible for your investment properties. So how does Geraldine fit into your partner, for anyone that doesn't know? How does Geraldine fit into the multiple streams of income, I guess?
So Geraldine looks after the investment side. So at the moment we sold our the house where we used to live. Sorry, I'll go back a little bit. The house where we used to live, we turned into SA for about 12 months. And then we decided we would sell that and invest that in some rent to buy properties.
Is this the part where you tell me that I made you and Geraldine homeless?
Yes. Yeah, we're in the tent in the garden at the moment.
Not about that.
No.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt. Couldn't resist. So you sold your previous PPR, your principal primary residence.
Yeah.
And you invested into some rent to buy properties. That's fantastic. I love rent to buy. I absolutely love rent to buy.
Yeah.
So how many rent to buy have you
got? We've got 2 going through at the moment.
Nice.
We've got one in Hull and one in Rotherham. They're both 2-bed properties. We're turning them into 3 beds. Mm-hmm. And so I think the work is due to start on those fairly soon in the next few weeks.
All right, that is very current then. Those are live projects.
Yeah, absolutely.
Smashing. And did a little Dicky Bird tell me that you might have worked with or taken over from Abby in the Peak District?
We did indeed. Abby had.
What have you been up to there? What have you done with Abby?
So Abby had 2 apartments there in Baslow in the Peak District. Yeah. And they came up offered as current, ongoing service accommodation units. There was also a 3rd apartment in the same block as well that was available. So we took all 3 of those on. We paid a sourcing fee for that. Yeah. And we had a meeting with Abby, the current managing agent for them. And the owner of those as well, and that was back in sort of June, and then come July, we got the newest one furnished, got redecorated, and by the 1st of August we were up and running with those. Cool. And they
very early days, but you've only had 2 months, August to September. But how's August, September been for those?
Yeah, they've been amazing months considering the climate at the moment. They've been absolutely outstanding. I think in August over the 3 units, the profit was 4,500. In September, it was 4,800.
Wow, so more than £1,500 each.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. That is brilliant. And I don't know the full details, but I think Abby was looking to offer those to somebody else because she was in the process of buying a house in Bakewell, which has since happened. So that's nice when it works for everyone, isn't it? So
it really was a win-win for everybody involved in it, really.
Well, since I first met you on that SA masterclass, and since Geraldine's been in Mastermind and everything else, you've totally transformed. You've gone from a stressed, gonna have a heart attack any second, type guy on the tools cleaning, and you're now casually sitting there telling me your cleaning business is still there, but you're not touching it. You've got a government contract looking after people, local authority contract, whatever it is, looking after people that need support at home. You've got an SA business that's in Wales, Peak District, I don't know, wherever else. You've got a couple of rent to buys in Yorkshire. I mean, you've literally done the full multiple streams thing, haven't you? And
we've just got another unit over in Whitby actually, which is going to be another service accommodation.
That's a red card. You're getting a bit close to me now. Behave yourself.
So, nice. Yeah, I mean, I've never been to Whitby actually, but everybody raves about it.
It's nice. All right, so you're your trip with Touchstone, so all the way from service accommodation through to mastermind. I mean, where do you see yourself as a family, as a couple? Where do you see yourself in, I don't know, 3 years' time or 5 years' time? What does that time horizon look like for you guys now? Is there anything going to stop you now that you've got this level of momentum?
I think we're still getting used to it, to be honest. It's all happened so quickly. And our immediate plans are that we're going to be moving early next year over to sort of Gainsborough, that sort of region, since we'd like to be a bit closer to the properties and where the investment area really.
Yeah. Nice.
More long term, I guess we on our dream board we have that on Geraldine's put on it that we are we're going to be retired by Christmas this year. Now that doesn't mean we're just going to sit back and watch TV all day, obviously, but we will be in a position where we don't have to carry on working as we have been.
All right, now specific question. So you and Geraldine be retired by this Christmas 2020 because you've got all these various streams of income. If I'd have told you 2 years ago on that very first service accommodation masterclass when we met that, you know, a couple of years from now you can be retired if you do less work, what would you have said to me?
I would have found it hard to believe, and I wouldn't have been able to see that route really. I think it's having the Touchstone people around you, and you can see what they're doing, that gives you the confidence to think, yeah, this will work if we just stick out doing this and we keep networking with the right people. This will work, and it just gives you that bit of belief on a regular sort of basis that you just need to carry on doing what you're doing and you'll get there. I just didn't realize we'd get there this soon.
Well, okay, but that's not a customer complaint, is it? That's okay, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Joking. Do you know what? You and Geraldine, I mean, say hello to Geraldine for me. But
I will.
You and Geraldine, you are just so inspirational. And
thank you.
You know, you and all the rest of the mastermind, you why I do what I do, because it is, for me, it's so rewarding to be, you know, a little part of changing people's lives. Yeah. And do you know the biggest reward that you've given me today? It's just the way that you're just sitting there chilled looking at me. It's just, that's everything. I mean, yes, we've been through the numbers and yes, we've been through your journey, but you didn't really tell me anything. I can just see that you're chilled. So from me and everyone at Touchstone, well done. Just absolute role models, and thank you to both of you. Please keep doing amazing things.
Yeah, well, thank you to you and the team, because we couldn't have done this without you. So it's brilliant to be part of it. It really is.
You're an amazing man, and look forward to seeing you face to face whenever it's allowed.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, look after yourself.
All right.
And see you soon.
Cheers, Paul. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Right, thanks for joining us, mate.
Cool.
We'll let you know when the video's going out and all that kind of stuff, bro.
Brill. Appreciate that. Cheers, Andy.
No worries. Cheers, then.
Bye for now.